Bonjour. Giwana Dishnikas, Squabano. Jeff Ballew III is my slave name, the oldest of 12. My family was always on the move because Dad was a salesman, always trying to find ways to double his wage. Mom and Dad told me to take care of my brothers and sisters, so when we started in a new school every couple of months, I would purposely find the biggest kid in the school to pick a fight with so the gangs would think I was macho. I'd talk to them waiting for the principal, and we'd become friends. This is how I made sure that my siblings would be protected. Dad ran away from home at the age of 11, and Mom was sent to boarding school when she was 4, then placed in foster care at 8. The more children they had, the better they got at raising kids. My mom was good to us, but Dad would pick up the bill. As a teenager, I had a lot of anxiety, and I remember telling myself, man, life is gonna be long. I'd force myself to do things I didn't want to do, like go to school. At age 14, I jumped into my friend's 1959 Impala Super Sport and drank 2.5 beers from the case in the back seat. I was really self-conscious, especially in front of the girl I liked sitting in the car. I didn't want to mess up. And that's when I got sick and puked. Even though I got sick, that's the only time I really felt okay. And that's the only time I felt relief from my anxiousness. I drank and used throughout high school and continued on and off for 35 years. But I was always afraid of drugs because, 1, I could go to jail for a long time, and 2, I could overdose. So I always went back to the alcohol. I was always fighting with the police, and in 1972, before my first child was born, I was sentenced to go to jail, but I had the option to go through a 2-week alcohol program. I met a lot of people in AA that took me under their wing. I was 8 months sober. I realized they wanted to turn me into a taxpayer. I'd be wearing a suit, have an 8-to-5 job. No way. I went back to drinking. Every time I submitted to treatment because of popular demand, it made me feel loved. What is love? What's lovable about me? I always wondered, why do people function better than me? Damn, what was wrong with me? My lack of social skills made it hard with the girls. As I got older, I realized using helped me manage the women. When I met a woman in a bar in Indiana and heard she was hitchhiking in California, I decided to rescue her. I broke up with the woman I was with and joined the other one on the road. We lived in a commune and had 2 kids. I learned about Indians from her. She was a hippie and learned about Indians from an Ivy League school. The Lakota man at the commune helped me make contact with my own community. In the late 80s, I returned home. That's when Clarence White and John Warren made a place for me on the drum. They told me, you need to sober up. I was open about programs, but not active. Being around a sober drum helped me. I stayed clean for 14 years. But when the drum split into 2 groups, one drum for ceremonies and the other for powwows, I felt like I didn't have a place anymore and slipped right back into drinking. Like many, I've had many close calls. I guess you could say I was a lucky drunk. On July 20th, 2009, I finally started working on my sobriety and put the bottle down. Today, I'm almost 70 years old, and I have had to compensate for the work I've been doing since I was 48. Trimming trees is a young man's sport. I started trimming since I was a teenager. I love it. I'm good at it, and doing it gives me an adrenaline rush. Like drugs and alcohol, trimming trees help me neutralize my feeling of helplessness, hopelessness, and worthlessness. I can't believe I've been married for 25 years. I've parented 7 children over the years. It never occurred to me that I needed to take care of myself, to be good to myself, to learn about love, unconditional love, like the love you share with a child, a spouse, or our pet, Duke. Drinking myself unconscious was second best to being okay. Using substances kept me in a coma, but alive. Today, I know being sober gave me the opportunity to participate in life. It's fun. I'm grateful. Maybe that's what love is. Do the best you can until you know better. Then, when you know better, do better. Maya Angelou.